Bombay, Mayapur and Bombay. But when we came to India, it's very nice to see that there was a team spirit. Very nice that we had our architect here designing these projects, overseeing these projects with great, very, I must say, tolerance. To work with Indians not knowing the language is not an easy task. So we should give great gratitude to these Vaishnavas that have served Prabhupada in so many capacities. And especially also Guru Kripa Maharaj at that time and Yasodananda Maharaj at that time. Also their preaching in India was very, very wonderful. I recall our Namhatta Sankirtan party. What is the meaning of this Namhatta? It means the marketplace of the holy name. So after the evening artik, the artik was not the finishing of the kirtan. That would continue for several hours. And it was not like when Indra was here. Our kirtan was off the air. I recall these kirtans. Oh, so wonderful kirtans. That also you can slip, not from the baras, but the perspiration from the intense kirtan, from the different transcendental bodies of the devotees. So, and also I recall also Ganadhava when he served here in the temple as president. Also very wonderful. The mood was so intense. Like everybody, like even those days with Prasharam, the Grihasthas would come to the temple because the Prasharam would be so wonderful. We were not conducive in any way with the Prasharam in this Krishna Balaram Mandir. And that was not only the deity department, but also the devotees department. They took, and also it was cooked with ghee, not this oil, those days. So, so I'd like to say, like, it's very, as different speakers have spoken. Also myself, I came in 72, I joined in Los Angeles. And that time that was during the presence of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. And I read the Gita as I was doing when I was living in Himalaya. And I was very curious who has the translator's name. I want to meet this translator. Then because I recognized just by reading Gita that Srila Prabhupada was my eternal spiritual master. Then when I came to the Los Angeles temple, I didn't have 75 cents in my pocket. I carried no money in my pocket. I was only dependent on the Lord. So anyway, one devotee that also did much service in this temple, his name is Vishal. And he was very enthusiastic in any guest that would come during the Sunday feast. By chance, one of our Namhatta devotees in Santa Barbara, there was some spring. So I was doing a prati there. I think I was not taking food for many weeks. So then one devotee came who was doing Sankirtan. He was a devotee of Los Angeles at the time. He joined later our Sankirtan body in Japan, who was also very dedicated and very successful preacher. So he gave me an invitation card. I took the Prasharam there in Los Angeles, and then I was convinced that this is my life and soul. Especially after receiving different books. And like Sarami spoke, in those days in Bombay, he had to live on a roof. Also, we also cannot immediately move into the temple. So I stayed across from the Los Angeles temple in the apartments of the President Jayatith at that time. And then they would see you continually doing the temple program. And they saw your sincerity, then you were allowed to come into Prabhupada's camp. And then, and especially memories in Japan. All of the devotees in Namhatta especially, that not everybody was chanting their japa in this room, in that room, no. Guru Kripa was very disciplined. Before Gaurnitai and Lakshmi Nrsimha, all the devotees of our party were forced to sit down and do their japa meditation. And like Bana Bhakta also said, those days, what attracted him were the kirtans of Guru Kripa Prabhu and Yasodananda Prabhu. These kirtans were unimaginable. Ecstasy. So these are the old, as we know, they say old is gold. So these olden days are very, very wonderful, but there's no stoppage. Savai pumsam parodamo yato bhaktira oxygen. They are not to be checked and they're everlasting. So this is by the grace of our Guru Maharaj. So we also should be one family. Tasmanekana Marasa Bhagavad Bhakti Yogataha. In serving Bhakti Devi, who is very predominant in Braj Mandal, assisting also as giving a full regard to Tulsi Devi, the worship of Tulsi Devi. Now our sannyasi Vishram Maharaj has compiled some book on Tulsi. So you give full dedication to Tulsi. She will give you entrance to this Vrindavan Dham. I will tell you by practical experience that I spent 2 years in the home of Tulsi in Nandagram, serving the deity of Vrinda Devi there. And the experience that I had there is, I cannot say it is as wonderful as Japan's experience, but it was so wonderful and transcendental, serving Vrinda Devi there. But serving the Dham outside of the Dham, like Japan, the people are like, it's like a hellish planet. You can't believe the environment. Where is Degaravati? Where is no Sugandha is there? Okay. No pleasant scent is there. So it gave you more inspiration to preach on the movement in Japan, to deliver these Jai Sri Radha. I'm asked to give the microphone to Ganada.